If you sometimes look around at all the construction going on right now, the high-rises, condos, roundabouts, maybe you wish you could go back to the good old days of the Suncoast. Well, you can. You can visit the Crowley Museum and Nature Center, and modern life seems to disappear. ABC 7's Linda Carson has more.
At the Crowley Museum and Nature Center, you step back in time to the days of the early settlers.
This is one of Florida's last jewels. This is a very well-kept secret. You'll actually see many different types of habitats that are very hard to find or experience in Florida.
We have 191 beautiful acres here, and there are very few wild places like this. So when they come out here, they really get some old Florida.
The Crowley is like a giant classroom.
We specialize in teaching both children and adults about Florida pioneer history, agriculture, sustainable living, and many other things.
You first arrive at the Welcome Center.
We have local honey behind you. We have local syrup behind you. We also have some survival items for camping out here when we have our camping programs. We also have local artisans who have handmade crafts.
The museum takes you back to the days of the cowboy who was called a Florida cracker.
The original term was cow hunters, and they did not use ropes, they used whips, which is why we have the Florida cracker, because of the cracking of the cow hunters' whips.
Those cow hunters rounded up cows, drove them to a port, and shipped them to Cuba,
where they were sold for Spanish gold. Some of the early cracker families had chests of gold in a back room someplace in their house from cattle they sold.
This is the Tatum House.
Welcome to Crowley Museum and Nature Center.
It was built in 1889 by Harvey Tatum for his wife Laura, with the help of two of her 5 children, because she was widowed before she married him.
They had 8 more children, 13 in all.
It was a farm. They raised their food, they raised their animals, they raised their vegetables. There's a big, huge loom thing in the bedroom in there. They wove some of their clothing.
This is now a popular spot for weddings, nature and wildlife programs, and much more. This is Sarah Lee. She is a Florida cracker cow. She is a direct descendant of the cows that were here when the settlers arrived. They're bred here to keep their line alive. The Crowley Nature Center and Museum, a great place to call home. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.